Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. This is HD, your friendly neighborhood StarCraft 2 caster, and I'm coming back at you guys on my squeaky chair for another game between 6jax Ver and, of course, Vile Sync. It's going to be a Terran versus Protoss as always, and, of course, Chick 6 Ver is going to be the blue Terran at the 2 o'clock position here on Shattered Temple. Good old map, classic, of course, from the old Lost Temple, and it's been there since the days of Brood War. His opponent going to be Vile Sync, the yellow Protoss, on the 9 o'clock position of this map. And just go ahead and pull up the APM bars here as we check a look at Sync and his awesome, incredible ability to spam his APM away. Recently taking a game off of Ver in spectacular fashion. I loved how he played those Dark Templars out. When, you know, it seemed like he was very far behind in all three games, but in the last game, which was game number 3, he was staring down the barrel of that Marine tank timing push, so many tanks, and in the conjunction of those little Marines to provide that additional firepower as well. How do you deal with that kind of Marine tank timing push? It's very, very difficult to hold that off, especially when those tanks are sieging up right outside the natural Shakuras Plateau. So I like what Sync did. I mean, he obviously did that kind of blindly. He was going for that DT rush no matter the cost. It didn't matter what the Terran player was doing to him. He just wanted the win, and he wanted it no matter how quick, down, and dead and dirty he had to go. And he reached down in the depths of his strategy book, and he pulled out that DT rush, and of course no Terran player is going to be happy about that. But as it stands, that was game number 3, and Sync now is actually one game up in this series. It's currently 2-1. And of course, if he wins the next 2, he will be going on to the grand finals to play against his teammate Vile Hawk. But if he loses any of these games, well, basically if he loses this game or the next game, then Ver is going to be the one who's going to go on to the grand finals, and it's going to be a Terran versus Zerg. And oh, just thinking about a TVZ already gets my excitement, adrenaline glands running. I don't even need to research adrenal glands, guys. I've got adrenal glands already here and ready to go. So, yeah, I hope it's going to be a spectacular grand finals no matter what happens. PVZ would be awesome to watch as well. So, yeah, both these players going to get a little bit of cross-scouting action in. And Sync is going to get his probe right into the base and do a little bit of the merry-go-round inside the main for now. It does catch the meal falling as well. And second barracks currently on the way, so not a 1 barracks fast expand for the first time in this series. 6jax Ver is going to be changing it up. He's gone for the gas first, and I wonder if he's going to go Tech Lab with the Reaper. And then get, you know, a 2 barracks expo build going, because that would be a very popular strategy to go with as well. Let's see what he does with his gas. Is it going to be a tech lab? Yes, indeed. So it looks like he's going to be going for that 2 barracks expand build, which of course allows the Terran to get that Reaper out and do a little bit of scouting information, get concussive shells fairly early for Marauders as well. And we'll see what Sync does to respond to that. I mean, you know, he's got his Stalker out on the map right now. He's just going to be chasing that SCV down. SCV is trying to hide. It's like going behind the mineral patches, but the Stalker is hot on its tracks, like blue on, I was going to say white on rice, but that SCV is blue. But, you know, right on its tracks, kills off the SCV. SCV wasn't even able to live 5 minutes into the game. But that thing is going to go down, and we do now have conch shells on the way. No Reaper for Ver here, so he is going straight into Marauders with concussive shells. And I wonder, you know, is he gonna throw down a 3rd barracks and maybe go for 3 racks all in? That would be so ballsy. But no, he's actually gonna go for the expansion, I would believe. Where's that command center at? No command center coming up. He's actually investing more and more into Marines and Marauders, and we have a 2 racks timing push here from the Terran player. Really awkward timing attack. The Marauder runs out here, reveals his concussive shells on this probe, so now Sync knows that conch shells are out, and oh no, I don't know if Sync's got enough to deal with this. He doesn't really have that many forces, and no! What's he doing? Such an early force field here. You can't afford to waste those force fields because he's only got 2 sentries. The 3rd one is on the way, but 2 sentries cannot hold the ramp indefinitely. There goes another force field. So he does have 2 force fields out right now. He may have a 3rd and a 4th one, but after that, he is not going to have any more force fields for some time. However, I think he bought himself enough time to get out enough forces, just barely the limit of forces that he needs to deal with the Marines and Marauders that are currently out on the field. So he got the bare minimum. And that's what you want to do in StarCraft 2. It's always about getting the bare minimum units that you need to deal with the impending attack, and of course the rest of your surplus resources are being invested into your workers. So he holds it off pretty well, I would imagine. He's got his Nexus now coming up as well, and he's got the 3-gate expand build going for him, whereas Ver has gone for this kind of 2 barracks into command center, into 2 more barracks, or 1 more, or no, right into factory again. Wow, guys, if we see this 2 barracks, 2 fact timing push with Marines and tanks again, that would be pretty fun to watch, because it didn't quite work out in game number 3. And I would imagine it's got the same probability of success as in game 3 as it does in this game, because both maps kind of featuring similar terrain. The only thing, actually, if anything, Marine tank timing push is more effective on this map because you don't have to deal with the elevated natural expansion. So tanks will be able to sight the stalkers, the sentries, and the zealots, and of course the buildings that are waiting on the similar platform, the similar terrain level as the siege tanks. So perhaps Ver's going to do that? I may be speaking a little bit too early. Yeah, no, I am. So he is going to go straight into starport here. And rather than going for that kind of dicey, gambly build, he is going to go right into starport with a reactor. So he's going to be swapping the factory with the starport, obviously building that reactor core on the factory right away so that he can just be a little bit more efficient with his time. And during the time that reactor is finishing, he's going to get a quick dropship out as well. So very efficient play from Six Jacks Ver, and no doubt going to be going into Marine Marauder Bio, standard cookie cutter combo build that we've been seeing for Ver, especially in game 1, I believe. He played a very common and tried and true style of Marines and Marauders, and it works out fairly well for him. So he is going to go for that M&M, 3M as some players like to call it. Whereas our Protoss player Sync, remember guys, pressure is on his shoulders. He's got to perform in 2 games in a row. He is going for charge lots with +1 armor. So we may actually have a charge lot Archon, charge lot Templar style of play here, which is becoming more and more popular and more widely used against Terran players who use the 3M combo almost exclusively. Charge lot Archon is really powerful for obvious reasons. Charge lots kind of wreck Marauders, Archons and Templar demolish Marines and Marauders as well. So I'm looking for a Templar Archives to go down pretty soon here. No Templar Archives as of yet, but Charge is moments away from finishing, and you can bet your keister that once Sync finishes the Charge lot build, the Charge build, he's going to go ahead and push out along with that +1 armor, and he's most likely going to be going for a timing push of some sort. That is unless Ver is unable, or that is of course if Ver does not go in with these dropships and distract him, which looks like he will be going for a 2-pronged drop here, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a very good way to just harass the Protoss player, force him to play a defensive style, not allow him to push out, despite him now finishing +1 armor and charge. Charge is not quite done yet. It's still 8 seconds away from finishing. And oh no, the units being out of position means that these dropships may be able to do a lot of damage, but no, Sync all over us. He's got dropships inside the back, but I don't know if he's got enough stalkers to deal with this. Marines Marauders are not stimming. There we go, there's a stim. But meanwhile, Marines and Marauders dropping right behind the natural expansion. 3M abuse to the maximum. And how many probes is a Terran player going to get? He's gotten 4 so far, so not really doing that much. The Protoss doing a great job. Sync doing a great job of mitigating the amount of probes that go down to this deadly Marine Marauder combination. And he's leaving all of his probes away where they are safe in the background. Even gets a feedback on a dropship or 2 as well. And Sync playing a very smart game. I don't think he lost 70 forces at all, if any, but he still got to deal with the drops. So, the threat isn't over yet. The fire is still burning in the house, and he hasn't quite set the water to it yet, but it looks like he is going to do that just now. But another drop coming in. My god, those drops are just coming in from all directions. We finally have the mighty Archon. mighty Archon. I can think of so many strange analogies with that. But yeah, the mighty Archon is now out, and which of course means we are going to have Templars coming out on the field. But the Archon in of itself, very powerful unit to deal with the Marine Marauder bio strategy, because of course it does what, 35, that's an additional 10 damage to bio. It has an AoE attack as well. It does not get slowed by concussive shells because it's considered a massive unit, which I think is always kind of funny, because the Protoss player gets massive balls everywhere. So he is going for Charge Lot Archon here. Very powerful style against the Marine Marauder Bio Ball. And for the Terran player to combat the Charge-Out Archon, what they really want to get is lots of ghosts and ghosts. Really, ghosts are the way to deal with Charge-Out Archon. You can also mix in some tanks as well, but Ghosts with EMP Shockwave to deal with the Templar and the Archons are your best bet. And I think, yeah, we have Ghosts right now coming out. So we have Ghosts. We also have Blue Flame Hellions as well. Yeah, I forgot about that. Totally forgot about that. Of course, Blue Flame Hellions, another wildly popular style to deal with charge lots. And for good reason. I mean, the charge lots, they love to line themselves up. And then it's like staring down the railgun of a humongous flamethrower controlled by Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it's not a pleasant experience. And I think for now, Ver is just waiting to build up a nice sizable mech army to supplement his bio. So he's going to be going for kind of a bio mech here with some cyborg reinforcements as well, that of the Ghost. And we actually have one lazy one just chilling by the barracks. Hope he gets to work pretty soon because they pay him a lot. But yeah, Ver is going to be getting some Marines and Marauders and Biomech out right now. His Hellions are on the way. He's actually even building a Thor. That's kind of interesting. I don't really know if Thor's that great against Charge-Out Archon. You know, Charge-Outs can surround the Thor really easily. The Thor does, you know, it does decently well against Archons, but not so well against Charge-Lots. So we'll see what his strategy is behind that. Maybe he just wants a Thor just for funsies. It's kind of cool. It's like a moralizing effect when you have a Thor in your army. It's like everyone gets +5 HP or something like that. Not really, not literally, but you know, something like that. You feel a little more confident. So maybe he's doing that for moral support. I'm gonna go ahead and get a Thor out. Doesn't have anything else besides the Mobius reactor for the Ghosts, the most crucial upgrade, of course. Does he have Cloak? No, he doesn't even have Cloak on the way. So playing a very standard game right now, and both players actually approaching the maximum amount of efficient harvesters that they can get and safely support at, for now, 6 Jacks Ver has 73 supply worth of harvesters, and Sync has 67 supply worth of probes. So both players, you know, fairly large size of harvesters, but it does look like Ver is going to be making the push out here. Fairly early timing push here, not going to wait for +2/+2 to finish before pushing out, but +1/+1 weapons are done at the very least, and he is going to engage into two armor Protoss forces, and of course combined with that Guardian Shield, that's a total of 4 armor, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot of armor to rip through, and the Marines have a difficult time doing that. But we may have some Ghosts on Templar action here. Ghosts trying to find a way to pounce on the Templar with those sniper rifles or possibly EMP shockwaves, and Sync, of course, trying to find an opportunity to get that feedback off. So a little bit of cat and mouse action with the Ghosts and the Templars. But for now, both players sitting back. It looks like Ver having a little bit of hesitation before pushing out. Oh my god, those Templar running right into Blue Flame Hellions! No! Okay, so 2 of them end up having a little bit of conjoined action, and they become safe because they become an Archon, but they're gonna go down anyways because that's just so many forces. But wow, that was not good at all for the Protoss, and those EMP shockwaves, dime a dozen, just obliterating the shields and the energy of the Protoss. Oh no, this is just horrible for the Protoss, and Sync is going to lose everything. The Sentry is getting demolished by the Marines, Marauders, the Archons all but falling. A couple Colossus coming to the party just a little bit too late, and the Thor is laughing in their face saying, ha ha ha, Merry Christmas, GG. So Sync calls it right then and there. The last Colossus exploding in a glorious blaze of blue flames and fire, a tribute to the Hellions, of course. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 4 between Sync and Ver taking a quick 3-1 series against his opponent Sync. So for the GameCom Plantronics Grand Finals, ladies and gentlemen, we have 2 high-level Masters player duking it out. It is going to be 6 Jacks Ver. Excuse me, have I been calling him 6 Jacks Ver this whole time? I just realized that I've been completely messing up his name. Check 6 Ver. I'm so sorry, guys. Sorry to the Check 6 organization and 6 Jacks organization if I've been making that mistake. But Check 6 Ver versus Vile Hawk will be the grand finals finale in the GameCom Plantronics tournament. Once again, I just want to make a big thank you for everyone involved in GameCom Plantronics. Great guys. And of course, a big thank you to all you guys who are watching this tournament live, as well as watching this at home on YouTube. I want to thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Without you guys, this cast, you know, this entire tournament really would not be possible. So long live esports and live long forever. So thanks, guys. Stay tuned. And once again, my bad if I've been calling Ver 6 jacks this whole time. So yeah, stay tuned guys. HD signing out to the next video.